Hey everybody, and welcome to Kimmel'sIrishPub.com. It's time for another movie review, and tonight I'm going to do Brain on Fire. So it's about a girl who evidently has some sort of brain disease that nobody can diagnose. So that's all I really know about the movie so far. Starring Chloe Grace Moretz, I think I'm saying that right, Carrie-Anne Moss, Tyler Perry, and Jennifer Slate. They're the actors and actresses that I know that are in this movie. Just found it out of nowhere. I mean, there's a lot of good actors and actresses in it. Never heard of it before, but I was looking for movies to review, and this one popped up, so I figured I'll give it a shot. 6.6 on IMDb, so let's hope it's a little bit better than that rating. But I'm going to start watching it here for a little bit, and I'll let you know how it's going. I'll check in a little bit. Alright, see you then. Hey everybody. Going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Brain on Fire. It's at the 19-minute and 4-second mark, and here's what we know so far. So Chloe Grace Moretz is the star actress in this movie, and she lives in New York. She's a journalist for the Post, and she has two parents which seem to be divorced and in different relationships. She has a boyfriend, and her best friend at work is Jenny Slate. Her boss is Tyler Perry at the Post. So she's 21 years old, and as I said, she's a journalist for them, and she's starting at this point in the movie to feel symptoms of something that's wrong. So we have no idea what it is at this point. She feels fuzzy. Her hands are getting numb. She's getting a little nauseous, things like that. But you can also start to see that her work is slipping. So she's showing up late. She's not very focused, and things are going downhill at this point. So that's where we're at. She just started. She went to see a doctor. The doctor's going through some testing to try and diagnose what her issue is. So that's what we know so far. And so far so good. I mean, it's very interesting. Can't wait to see what happens. You hate to see somebody going down a downward spiral like this, but we're going to see what happens from here on out. I'm going to get back to watching it, but I'll check in a little bit. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here on Brain on Fire. It is the 47-minute and 2-second mark of the movie. And as you know, what I've talked about so far is it appears that she has some sort of neurological or brain type of disease. And she's trying to get it diagnosed. That was in the synopsis in the beginning. So we know a little bit about her background, how she was a journalist for the Post, and how this is starting to impact her work is sliding and those types of things. And she was meeting with a doctor on our last check-in. Now the doctors have been unable to diagnose her so far. The first doctor just assumed she was partying too much. And let me take a step back. She's also had a seizure, I think 2 seizures now so far, and that's what got her into the hospitals, at least to start to see the doctor. But the first doctor said that she was partying too hard and gave her some anti-seizure medicine, which she started to take. But then what you start to see is, and what I didn't understand at the beginning, I just assumed that she was probably just going to have, headaches and things like that, and, nausea and everything that goes along with, migraines in a sense. But it also is changing her personality. It's also making her appear, like as though she's on drugs is the best way to describe it. It seems like she's obviously not herself. She's acting completely different than she originally was at the beginning of the movie, or as her family expects her to act. Completely out of character, and she's having outbursts. And people might say, "Oh, it seems like she's using drugs." Nothing in the movie shows her using drugs. She's not supposed to be a drug user, but it is really altering her personality to the point that it's not only impacting her work, but now her family life. And everything that she has going on. She has now gone to a psychiatrist where she has self-diagnosed that she is bipolar. And you can see that as a possibility, from the way it's described, and you would think, okay, maybe she is bipolar. The psychiatrist says it's too early to tell, because he only met with her once, but she Googled it and she thinks that's what she is, and he has put her on another medicine, antipsychotic medicine, I think it is. But so I think that's interesting because she's now seen 2 doctors, and all they did was just give her more pills to try and fix it. And both of them after just meeting her once. So I think that was kind of interesting. We still don't know what's causing this behavior and her issues or everything that she's going through. She just started taking the pills, so we don't know if they'll work or not, if they are the right pills. She has started to refuse to take them because she read about the side effects online, and that's part of the disease that she has and causing her to act out of character. So 47 minutes in, very interesting. She's doing a great job. Chloe Grace Moretz, I always thought was a really good actress, and she's really good in this too. So I mean, to see her change her actual character in the movie is very interesting, and I'm interested to see where it goes from here. So that's a quick check-in for you. I'll be back in a little bit to share a little bit more of what's going on in Brain on Fire. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the review of Brain on Fire, and I'm at the final credits here. So time to do a little synopsis of the overall film. I think I've laid out for you pretty much what the film is about, and how far along we've come. She's a journalist who is suffering from some sort of brain disease that keeps getting misdiagnosed. One interesting fact that I didn't realize is this was actually based on true life events. It was also based on the book of Brain on Fire, but also it was actually based on true life events, which I wasn't aware of until the end of the film. And I'm not going to give any spoilers. I always try and avoid to do that as much as possible, or at least I'll give you a little bit of a warning if I am going to do that. But very powerful movie, very emotional movie. It was great to see. As I mentioned earlier, she came from a broken family. Her parents were divorced, and one was remarried, the other one was engaged to be married. But as she goes through her trials and tribulation with this disease that she had, you could see the parents come back together to provide her with support, and her boyfriend is also there to provide this support. But you see them come together and go through the emotional roller coaster together, which was excellent to see. The acting I really enjoyed. Chloe Grace Moretz, I always thought was a good actress, and she did a phenomenal job in this one. I've read some reviews where people didn't think that she did that great. I thought she did excellent. I also like Jenny Slate in this movie. I do like the characters that she plays, but I like the role that she played in this one and how she portrayed her being her friend. So really enjoyed that aspect of it. For me, I think IMDb gave it a 6.6. I'm actually going to give it an 8. I thought this movie was great. Like I said, it was an hour 28 minutes, but it went by extremely fast because you're engaged the whole time. It was tough to watch at times. As I mentioned, as she suffered from this illness, her character completely changed. She was completely out of personality, having outbursts. She was very erratic, and it made it very difficult to watch, especially as you see the parents reacting to her situation. As a parent myself, and to see my daughter act the way that she did in this movie would be heartbreaking, and you wouldn't know how to handle it. So they had to portray that in this film, how they went through everything and how hard it was for them. So that made it difficult to watch, but still made a great movie. I'm going to give it an 8. I thought it was outstanding. I thought the acting was great. I like the entire message of the movie, and I recommend anybody to watch it. I mean, hopefully, if you watch this review, this might lead you towards watching it. I would recommend it, but also keep in mind it's going to be difficult to watch. At least it was for me. It might be for you as well, but it's worth checking out. So hopefully you found this little review helpful, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. And something else I learned is that you have to hit that bell on the YouTube. If you hit the bell, then you get notification of all my other reviews, and hopefully that's something you enjoy seeing. So if it does, hit that bell and tune in to movie reviews or beer reviews or fantasy football news at kimmelsirishpub.com. Thanks for watching.